Success in farming is all about precision and efficiency, ensuring every seed, every drop of water, every nutrient and treatment counts. Terraplex Ag is helping farmers all over Iowa and the Midwest do just that. With precision ag-grown technology and support from Terraplex, you'll boost your productivity and make timely and informed decisions, all while reducing your costs and increasing your profit. It's time to revolutionize your farming. Harvest the benefits with Terraplex Ag. Visit TerraplexAg.com.
Chris Williams, Brent Blum. From the Northwest Bank Studios, it's Williams and Blum, presented by Mechdyne on the Cyclone Fanatic Podcast Network.
What is up? Welcome to the show. It is Sunday, the 2nd of November, and by God, it's basketball season. Well, at least it will be when the clock strikes midnight. Praise the Lord.
What a whirlwind.
My name is Chris Williams, joined as always by Brent Blum, repping the Barnes Farms hat today. I love that. We put him out there at wide receiver or quarterback or, I don't know, offensive line, just get some points. I went out there.
Regardless, the yields at the Barnes Farms, I'm sure, are great. So
Elite whiffles, yields.
I still support those guys, including Ryland. I'm just, honestly, C-Dub, I'm just bummed. I'm just bummed for
everybody
those.
is.
Yeah, I'm just bummed. I mean, there's not a lot. In fact, there was almost zero good that came out of yesterday, and it was just
yesterday was one of the most miserable days I've ever had up at Iowa State. The weather,
yep,
the game,
yep,
the Ben Bramer injury,
yep,
just everything. Everything about that day sucked.
Agreed. I think it was one of the worst in totality. I mean, I wouldn't blame. I mean, we'll get into the football game, but
yeah.
Particularly,
like
just
every aspect of the game sucked.
It was a slog, literally and figuratively. Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, the defense sucked or the offense sucked. Like everybody sucked.
It wasn't even supposed to rain. It wasn't supposed to rain.
I was so pissed. We had all of our stuff out from Friday night, had no idea it was supposed to rain. What the hell happened there?
God, we can't blame Brett McIntyre anymore, although we should. He got out of the game.
Well, we are in the Northwest Bank Studios. God bless them.
Yes.
Appreciate their partnership. We appreciate our friends at Mechdyne.
So real quick, I was in Northwest Bank last week, and I had a $2 bill that somebody had donated. And the nice teller, Ashley, she's one of my favorites, said, I'll give you another one. You keep that one and give to your boys. I was like, hey, that's very nice of you. So
it was kind.
Yeah, so that's the type of people you're working with there at Northwest Bank. $2 bills for the kids.
Does Mechdyne hand out $2 bills to kids when they come by the
they
corporate office up in Marshalltown?
Clover, get on it if you can, buddy. I'll be up there tomorrow.
We're just going to dig in. I don't think we need to do like our weekly breakdown of the game, like specific plays. It doesn't feel necessary at this point. There's, we need to talk about, we'll start with Bramer.
Yeah.
Because that was the most important thing coming out of that game. And then we're going to talk about the quarterback situation at Iowa State and just the bigger picture in general. But the Ben Bramer situation, I know I speak for everyone who was there, who was watching on television. Brent, it was on TV incredibly graphic. So the people at home honestly probably saw it better than most people in the stands. Because I always watch games in the press box and I have a monitor. And it looked bad, for everybody in the stadium. And then you had this weird, eerie feeling of however many people were there at the time, 45,000 people, just dead quiet, terrified based on what they had just seen. On television, it was incredibly graphic of when he collapsed. They just happened to have the camera right on him at that point, and it was horrible. We don't know anything other than he was released from the hospital last night, which is great. I'm assuming Matt Campbell will be able to give us more details on Tuesday on Ben's status. At this point, I don't even care if he plays the rest of the year. I'm just glad that he is okay, because that was horrifying. It looked like on TV that he just dropped dead on the field. Like that, it was a terrible, terrible sight. And that was a heavy dose of perspective when emotions were flowing in the wrong direction for the Cyclone Nation yesterday.
Single worst thing I've seen at an Iowa State sporting event. Just the dynamics of the thing, because you didn't know. And then so two things here. Number one, amazing job by Iowa State's medical personnel, the security, the first responders, all that. When you're there, you kind of, you expect, okay, you went down, maybe, some sort of weird situation. But when the trainer does the X move, I don't know if you caught that.
That's bad.
That was like, oh no, this is not your normal, just bad hit. That is something is clearly wrong, and we need attention right now. And they mobilized really quickly. And when that happens, when I saw the X, like I candidly got a little emotional too, because just in my role, Ben is an amazing young man. He really is.
He's the best.
And it was at that point, it was not about football. It was C-Dub, that guy. Colored pictures with my kids at a Mechdyne event this February. Like, he's a first class, and you're like, oh my God, did we just see what I thought might have happened? And then I'm actually I'm next to the coach's wives box, and they're all crying as well, because you don't know what happened. You assume the worst in that spot. And so at that point, I was like, stop the game. Like, I literally had that thought,
I did too.
Just stop the game. And I almost just had a quick thought to myself of like, I don't care what happens, and this is not going well from a game perspective. I don't care. Just be okay, Ben. And when I saw that tweet from Iowa State about 20 minutes after he got off the field,
which great job out of them to just put that out there.
Totally agree. I mean, that's why
all anyone cared about.
It was first. I thought it was a first class operation from a horrible incident all the way towards the end of last night, when even saying that Ben's been released from the hospital. And I thought it was even cooler in a way that Cale Berzina had the Instagram post of referencing Fortnite that Ben's back and reappeared, type of thing. But it did put a perspective, and it just made a miserable day just like emotional. I don't want to deal with that day ever again. And I just want to tell a quick story. This will maybe come out at some point, but this is the type of guy Ben is. So we had him at a We Will event. We're supposed to have him at a We Will event this summer, and I don't think this ever came out, but he was behind C-Dub, a couple who had a very nasty accident on the highway this summer, to the point where they were stuck in their vehicle. And Ben went in there and extricated them from the vehicle and saved their lives before it started on fire. It never got out because it wasn't supposed. Ben didn't want to celebrate it, but he let us know that he couldn't make it because he had, he was a little tired from the night before, and then got in the details. Like, well, shoot, Ben, like, you're a hero. That's the type of guy he is. Everybody loves the guy, and my first thought is, oh my gosh, this amazing young man is right there in front of everybody. So after that, again, that was. I'm glad more than anything that got taken. That's okay. And I don't know if Ben's going to play next week or not. Frankly, I don't care at this point. But just a whirlwind. I'm still even thinking back, man. I don't want to experience that emotional wave ever again. It was just frightening, terrifying.
Yeah, it was like the DeMar Hamlin thing.
That's exactly what it was.
I mean, that's what it looked like. It's what it felt. I said to Aiden Wyatt in the press box, I was like, it's just so weird. And I don't blame anyone. This is how it goes. Like, we just wheeled that dude off, and we're playing football within like 2 minutes after
I struggled with that too.
I don't know how the players could just, but they did, and God bless them, like that's what you do. It's what you sign up for. Football is dangerous.
Yeah.
But it was unlike anything I had experienced. And I know that I talked to so many people in the parking lots who felt the same way. And so that.
Yeah. And it's just like, my gosh, what a sport. And you saw the worst of it, what it can be. But then also, kudos to everybody up there for the first class nature they handled it. And that made me feel really proud to be an Iowa State person because of the way that got handled. And I know more than anything, you can say what you want about Matt Campbell's program, but they take care of the football players first and foremost above everything else. And we're going to transition now to this conversation about the offense and the quarterback, C-Dub. And what I would just reference similar to this, number one priority for the football staff and coaches is making sure their guys are taken care of and that they're not getting thrown under the bus or getting undue criticism. And so I think that stems where a lot of the discussion now will be, what do you do with the quarterback? What do you do with the offense? Yada yada. Matt Campbell will always defend his players first and foremost, no matter what.
Yeah,
and I think there's a lot of respect to that.
There's never
and that's why. Yeah.
a scenario where Matt will go out, because I'm going to make a comp here, and this isn't a good comp, but it's from a football standpoint, not from like a person standpoint. But like, do you remember the game when Jacob Park was caught on the sideline, like yelling at Campbell?
Yeah, I think there was like a
yes. My point is that Matt wouldn't even after that game condemn Jacob. Okay, he's not going to ever go out and be like, well, Rocco Becht has the yips. He can't make anything right now. Like, he will not do that. So, like, we were getting texts from people like, oh, I hate the coach speak. I understand, I do too. But when it comes to he's just never going to do it. You have to just kind of listen to what Matt says and just ignore it. And when it comes to that stuff, Matt is actually very insightful during most of his press conferences. But when you start asking him about the specific players, you're right. He's always going to deflect. So you kind of have to go into the conversation like with Matt's press conference yesterday. I can guarantee you he didn't think Rocco played tremendous. But he's like, it's fine. Like, I would rather have a guy do that than, throwing players under the bus and so just forget about it. Like,
yeah, I mean, you can't after the game, whatever Matt says after the game, especially after that emotional of a game.
Yeah.
I actually give the guy credit for just not entertaining any of that, not stepping into any controversy at that point.
I also give Iowa State credit for doing media. Deion Sanders didn't make his players available after the game last night.
And guess who was doing media? Rocco. I mean,
correct. So
there were times, C-Dub, quarterbacks in the past. I won't say who.
Quite a few of them
would refuse to go and do media. They would just refuse. Mm-hmm. But that's why I'm always going to be Team Rocco because I love the kid. I think he's great. He's a great person, and he's always going to be accountable. And I think Matt's accountable too. It's just maybe not to the fans who want meat off the bone.
Yeah, in that moment, fans want blood, and like they see red. And I'm just, you can hate the coach speak thing. I get it. He's never going to do it. He's never going to give you guys the meat on a stick like you want it in that moment.
Yeah.
So again, and you can argue, say that that's wrong. You have a right to that. I'm just telling you that this is the way the guy is.
Yep.
Real quick, we'll thank a couple of quick sponsors, and then I want to get into the quarterback situation. Andrew Chaplin from Hunziker, appreciate him. He came up and hung out with me at the old camper over the weekend.
He'll be at Hilton tomorrow for that women's basketball.
He's a women's basketball nut,
elementary classic.
Frickin' love that guy. Chappie, my main man, Andrew Chaplin with Hunziker. Remember him for all of your home needs in the very near future. Also, our friends at the Ivy College of Business, specifically the graduate program. If you are looking to broaden your career, weird economy right now, weird job market, all that stuff. In fact, I've got a niece right now. I tell all my nieces and nephews, if you don't know what to do, just go into college and get a business degree because you can use it in any aspect of your life. We love the Ivy College of Business. I'm going to go on a little bit of a deal. Feel free to jump in and interrupt me at any point on the quarterback situation. This is especially complicated this year with like a salary cap and stuff for the first time. Mm-hmm. and just the way that rosters are now constructed in the world of college football. This is also really odd because it wasn't very long ago when Rocco Becht was legitimately being like mentioned as a dark horse Heisman contender. Okay. And I also want to preface it here that this is a bigger than a quarterback conversation. The whole offense is broken. Other than the running game, I guess I could say they're running the football pretty effectively. But when it comes to putting points on the board, the offense is broken completely. The pass catchers aren't catching balls. The quarterback can rarely hit them accurately at this point. And I thought yesterday was the poorest the offense has looked in this 4-game losing streak. Would you agree with that?
And again, I do. Now the weather was
correct, but
a factor, but it wasn't. Great.
Yeah, I mean,
it was not.
You're right. Factor that in.
Like the wet balls. I mean, they're harder to catch. They
understood.
Yeah,
but it's not
not
like
excuse. Not
like they're catching them when it's dry.
No, I know. This is a continuation of a theme. I agree with that.
The quarterback is wildly inaccurate now. He's not completing the easiest of passes that they are putting out there for him. And the other hard thing for Rocco right now is the running game is as good as it's been at Iowa State since Breece Hall.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're averaging 5-6 yards per carry in these games.
Yeah, another 100, had five per carry last night, 150 yards again.
I don't
That's
know
the crazy
if
thing,
we didn't know, like if you just watched this team and didn't know about Rocco's past and just everything that he means to the program. If you just watched this team for the first time, anyone to a man would say, why don't they play another quarterback? That's what makes this so complicated, because we all have the perspective leading up to this. Here's what I would do. And I don't know. I said on my post-game show last night that you absolutely have to put it on the table to make a quarterback change. You just, and I don't know if you do it. I'm not even saying, like, I don't know. I don't know how Mansky and Moberly are in the background. I think they're going to be pretty good players. I don't know what it would do to your team psyche to bench Rocco.
That's why I think it's a bigger conversation than just
I don't know
on the field.
Correct. So I'm putting it out there that there's a lot more to this than a couple of guys like us can comprehend. Here's what I would do. You know what I think the real problem, the gut of the problem with the offense is? I don't think they let him run enough.
Let Rocco run?
Yes. When did this offensive slide begin? It was after he took the hit at against Arizona.
True.
And then he got jacked at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I don't have the stats to back it up. I apologize. I was lazy. I didn't look it up. I would venture to guess there's got to be something injury-wise, behind the scenes, banged up, whatever you want to call it. And they were probably wanting him to not run as much. Mm-hmm. I'm watching college football last night across the country. Do you know how many good teams have a quarterback that's stationary in the pocket that's not a threat to run? Not many.
Becoming less and less, for sure.
Not many. And Rocco, to his credit, in the past has been a very effective runner. In fact, I would say he's a very good runner. He has great vision. Okay, so meet me in the middle here.
Okay.
We got a quarterback with a major confidence problem. I still think they're playing too many wide receivers. I still think that's a thing. I actually had a lot of people reach out to me, like real football people, and said that they had picked up on that too. So maybe I might be onto something there. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, we're just trying to find solutions here.
And anything we're talking about, I guarantee they've discussed.
Yeah.
I mentioned Jacob Park. Do you remember the Oklahoma game in 2017?
I was there.
And this is fresh on my mind because it's in my book, which Pre-orders will be out this week, baby. Why don't you go into TCU? We're on a 4-game losing streak. Everybody thinks we suck. And we're finally going back on the road. It feels like they actually need that at this point.
I agree with that.
I think a road game will be really good for this program. And I know how well they've done in these spots in the past. Why don't we just roll out Moberly in a running Joel Lanning type of situation? And so this way we're not benching our franchise guy.
Sure.
He is a valuable guy. Like Rocco's like a coach out there, okay?
He is.
People have to understand all this. Wouldn't that take a little pressure off of him and also provide a wrinkle to this offense that desperately needs one right now, that needs a spark? They need something to open it up, because when I watch Iowa State football right now, the problem is the plays that are there, they're not executing on. And then the plays that they are executing on, you're just a hair off from like breaking it big. And that was the case again last night. You get into the red zone and you're just like, shit, like I don't think they can score from the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
When they were down 8, when they had the PAT situation, I'm like, that's a problem. I don't know if they can get a 2-point conversion. That's a big deal to be down 8 for this team. I thought about it all night, and because I do believe they have to get a spark. And it's got to start at quarterback. So you either got to get Rocco back to what he was, which that seems like far-fetched right now. This has been a trend for a month now, right? And I like, doesn't it feel like that would do something? And just, it's kind of a good compromise to see if it can, and you're building depth too, like at the same time.
I think that's actually really fair and could be helpful for everybody. And they have tried that with Mansky at Cincinnati. They tried to do a little bit of run package. We really haven't seen it since then, though. I think the issue, C-Dub, and again, it happened yesterday, is there are times, especially running the ball, where Iowa State's offense really looks the part.
Yeah, it really does.
And then they lose their mind. And so I can see, especially when you're, clipping off 5 yards per carry, and you're getting in the red zone several times, you might think, if we just fix it, it's a lot easier than the drastic measure. Because here's the bigger picture here. It's not just changing the quarterback to change the quarterback to try something else. Because by changing the quarterback, it's like in the college athletics world where it's the dreaded vote of confidence. If you remove your 3-year starter at quarterback, that is really hard to come back from.
I understand.
It just is.
Yeah,
it just really is. And it's not anybody's fault necessarily, but that is a really hard thing. That position in particular, once you make a change there, it's really hard to get that reversed. Remember the whole Paul Rhodes era, the Steele Jance in, Steele Jance out, Jared Barnett. It ended up just hurts everybody here. Now, I do like the idea.
I'm not saying bench him.
I know. I think two things. If you bench him, you have it. 2 things could happen. You could help your offense, but you're definitely going to hurt Rocco's confidence and potentially.
Well, it may just make him transfer too.
Well, because he's so well liked.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't a deal where there have been some quarterbacks in Iowa State's past where the team wanted the guy replaced. I don't think that's the case here. The teammates obviously, Rocco's one of the biggest leaders on the team, probably the biggest leader. So that's complicated. But yeah, then you risk your roster construction as well. You really do. Now, I'm not saying Rocco's not the type to say, hey, I'm the starter or else I'm leaving. I'm not saying that would ever happen, but it's not as cut and dried as it would have been in 99 or 2000 when somebody's ineffective and you bring somebody else in because they're obligated to stay. Like, these are the issues you now have to think about. I do like the comp a lot to that 2017 season. If you remember that year, Iowa State beats UNI, loses a heartbreaker against Iowa, arguably outplayed Iowa, and they had a dumb interception Jacob Park threw, and then lost to Texas in a just inept offensive performance. And obviously the defense gets talked about. That's when that
was the year they made the change.
However, that point after that loss to Texas was about as noisy as the fan base was with Matt. It really was, because they hadn't had the success yet. They had gone 4-8 the previous year, and it looked like the offense was kind of dysfunctional from the Jacob Park engagement with him on the sideline. But what happened the next week? They dismissed Park. Okay, I'm not saying Rocco needs this. This is totally separate. I hope people understand that. They dismissed Park. Kyle Kemp becomes a starter, but it was so much juice in that offense when Joel Lanning came in the game at quarterback down in Oklahoma. It was fun. It was like that group just needed some life injected into them, and they got it from Lanning being the quarterback and just as a spot player. Then obviously the rest is history. You start winning 4 games in a row, everybody feels good, and offense was fun again. And I think that's where I really agree with you here. Is something needs to be injected into the fun factor for everybody. And even if it's even if it's not a quarterback change, it's a couple trick plays or whatever. Just loosen up.
I'm a believer at that position too, that sometimes watching helps. And again, a bad comp here, but I just watched the game with J.J. McCarthy. Had a great game today. It was okay, I guess. Like he wasn't the sole reason they won, but I was shocked that the Vikings could go in and win at Detroit as like a 10-point underdog or whatever. And because he was a different guy than he was when he went out 4 weeks ago or whatever it was. And I just wonder if bringing in these spot would help Rocco just reset that's what I'm thinking. But then to counterpoint what I'm saying, because I like to beat up all sides of my argument to make sure I believe it.
I think that's the healthiest thing to do here.
So the other problem is I think they may be just subbing too much, but it will help to do that with quarterback. Yeah. Am I just completely talking out two sides of my ass right here? It's very possible. I do know, I think unequivocally, anyone who watched the game last week, probably the week before, I think you would have had a better shot playing to win with any of the other guys at this point, because I just think Rocco has the yips. I really do. We know he can do it. This isn't some 4-star kid this isn't Bo Williams where we're just waiting for him to erupt and have we've seen it. We've seen him play some of the best quarterback in the history of this institution. We just got to find a way to get it back. And it's the old Einstein deal, you can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. And I don't know, and I would also say, at this point, man, the receivers, you guys, you're not helping the guy. And when he does hit you in the hands, you're dropping it half the time. And so what can you do to infuse life into this thing?
There you go. I think that's it. How do you get more juice? You just
and
need
also life. The freaking red zone thing
again, and that's where
this is the worst red zone team I would venture to say in the history of Iowa State football. When they've been good, I'm not saying those teams in the early 90s and stuff, but it's so frustrating. If they don't score on a big play, they're not going to score a touchdown. More often than not. More often than not, they're not going to. And what do you think with me? What do you think about my read on the Rocco hit Arizona and not running as much since?
I think it's pretty clear. Now, the hard part is they wouldn't be playing him if there's something structurally wrong.
No, I don't think that.
So that's it's like that fine line of, but there's no question that since that Arizona hit, and the potential mild concussion, whatever they called it after the game, and the resulting games following, including that massive hit against Cincinnati, which actually Rocco played pretty well in that game. Otherwise,
he did. Yeah.
Something changed with the rhythm of the offense and the confidence involved with the thrower and the pass catchers. Put it that way. Colorado game, first drive, Rocco's on it, throws a couple absolute dimes that are dropped. And then I honestly think this is why I think it's more of a mental confidence / and less physical. Is then it's what do I need to do? When I'm throwing it to my guys and they're dropping it, do I need to be extra perfect? It's like my golf game. You hit a couple slices, and you're like, what is it? Is it me? Is it I haven't done that before? Then you overcorrect the other way, and I just think there's a lot of thinking out there and not a lot of fun just playing. And I think I had this theory. Because again, what we do after the game is we just kind of hammer our heads, what's going on here? In a way, I think not having Jalen and Jaden, they were like a pressure release for Rocco last year. in that no matter what, just get it near them and they're going to grab it. Well, clearly those receivers have not done that this year. And so I think it's led Rocco to almost second guess, like, a half tick late, and then ends up sailing on him because maybe he doesn't have the confidence in those receivers as much. And by the way, Jalen and Jaden covered up a lot of stuff because they were great. And look at them now. They're having great NFL careers already. So I think all that, it's you don't have as good of pass catchers from a talent perspective. Now, I think these guys are more than capable Big 12 players, though, by the way. And you throw in Rocco feeling the world on his shoulders because he has to do more. And I think it's led to him playing tighter and maybe even led to some confidence when things don't go well. So, but I don't think it's an easy fix. And no question, the last 4 games, it hasn't been the same as it was last year, the first 5 games.
You said Sale. I mean, he's doing that a lot. He's throwing them in the dirt. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Brett Myers' last run, where he was kind of like seeing ghosts out, because Brett never played behind a good line, and like it. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of decent comps, and
I think another point, C-Dub, which you made it earlier, and I don't know if you realized you made it. I think the 2 massive hits he took in Arizona and Cincinnati has kept him in the pocket a little bit more on his end.
Yeah.
I mean, go watch the
I get it. Yeah.
Go watch the UCF game last year. Any hint of trouble, he was flushing and going. It just seemed even yesterday. And again, the footing wasn't great. Okay, that's a part of it too. He was taking, I think, an extra second in the pocket, and that's also led to more sacks as well. So I do think there's something there.
He's holding on to the ball, really. Yeah. I wonder, I don't know. Again, I'm just sitting in Charge and Charlie's motorhome last night, and we're watching all the games, and we're just sulking.
Did you, except for the ESPN games, right? I couldn't get those.
Yeah, we watched them.
How did you get?
I had the ESPN app because of the WWE thing.
Oh, look at you!
And I just like the app for basketball season.
Well, I couldn't get it because of the stupid YouTube TV fight.
Yeah, well, I have the ESPN app separate of YouTube TV.
Oh, okay,
because I watch the WWE stuff.
There you
go. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go off on that in this week's CW pod on Iowa Everywhere. By the way, I'm so sick and tired of all these corporations and sports just fleecing us. I'm so sick of it. Nobody is safe on this CW pod coming up this week.
I can't wait.
I'm going to tee off. I've been making a list. I am mad. Anyways, where was I going? Oh, the Rocco and running thing.
Yeah.
There's just not many good teams that don't have a quarterback who won't run. Mm-hmm. It's just, and like, think about it too, like from where we are. When we're scouting these teams that Iowa State's about to play. Like, I was so excited to play the Sims guy because I knew he couldn't throw. Like, you want a one-dimensional guy.
Yes.
And right now when you're playing Iowa State, it's kind of like, well, that quarterback can run, but he's really no threat. Like, we're not going to game plan anything for a running quarterback with Iowa State right now. And I'm not saying go out there and run him 15 times a game. Sure. I'm not saying like the UCF game last year or whatever. Like, that was extreme. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing there. Like, I say this ironically, he ran for a 7-yard touchdown yesterday, which was a great play on his behalf. But that's my point. He can do it. He's a good runner. He has really good vision. And to me, this offense got really, really they quit scoring. Again, they've still moved the ball. That's what's so frustrating here. They've done all of that, but could this be a good comp? And that's where I landed. Last night when I went to bed, I thought the best thing for the program was to move on and start somebody else at quarterback and see what happens. I have talked myself off of that.
Okay.
I think you keep Rocco in as your starter, and I think you infuse it with Moberly or Mansky. I don't care. The coaches have a better idea who they would want to put out there. I don't know. And maybe do a little bit of a land ram type situation. That's where I've landed. But I think you absolutely have to have it on the table to make a change at quarterback. If not, I don't know what we're doing here. Like, you got to try. You're still 5-4. You can win out and get to 8 wins. Yeah. Like, this isn't anything like to give up. Like, you got to try and win these games. And right now, the current way it's going, Rocco's just not there, and we got to find a way to get him back.
Yeah, I think Iowa State needs to make football fun again. It just seemed really hard this year, just to enjoy it. And I mean, you can do a couple different things. Just shoot C-Dub, make like a couple trick plays, onside kick. I don't know, fake a punt. I mean, some of this stuff to get some juice going.
I thought about this last night. Could you imagine them right now lining up and running a swinging gate on a 2-point conversion?
Yeah.
Could you, in your right mind, imagine them, Mauser, making that play call right now? No, because everything is tight out there.
Or even the halfback pass at Utah last year. Yeah, you just haven't. And again, yesterday was weird because of the conditions. Like, you're not going to try a bunch of exotics. But yeah, that's another great point, C-Dub. I don't know. I just don't. It just doesn't have the same looseness
but
to
you
it.
only make those play calls when you have confidence.
Exactly.
And like,
yep.
That's the issue. Like, you gotta, like, they gotta try something else.
Yeah.
It's the red zone thing. For the life of me, when you have a really good line and a really good running game,
I know
why they're so bad in the red zone. It drives me nuts that when you're first and goal on the 5 or 4 or whatever, can you just run the freaking tush push 4 times? Like, it's gonna work 90% of the time. I promise.
Yeah. So Iowa State, by the way, 110th in red zone.
I'm surprised they're that high. I thought they'd be dead last.
77%.
How many of them have resulted in touchdowns?
26 of 45.
That's horrific.
Which isn't very good. Yeah. Yeah, and then even, like, it was a bummer again where you almost tie the game before half, and then you have the bad extra point exchange. Snap exchange.
Again, and that's where how we led the show. This isn't like we're talking about the quarterback thing here, but this is the defense keeps digging holes early, and then that's the other part. Like, Iowa State hasn't had the lead much.
No, and
like it's hard to just lean on your running game when you're behind.
You got it.
So the defense has constantly put them in bad spots, and then it's gone the other way, and then you're throwing interceptions, and your kickoff team sucks, and right now they're just a bad football team, which was so frustrating because we've seen them play well. So how do you get it back?
I think this is it's like twofold. It's a team with a lot of really good players that is playing bad football right now.
Yes.
And I think
that's a better way to put it.
The difficulty and like the conversations I had and going back in the Wayback Machine is, there are years, listen, we lived through them where Iowa State was just not good at football. Just didn't have good, and you just got rolled, and hey, it is what it is. The 4 games Iowa State's lost now, other than Cincinnati, which I think Cincinnati was just better, although Iowa State made it interesting, give them credit for that.
Yep.
I think 3 of the 4, Iowa State had every reason to win those games. I do.
Well, I had a good talk. Did I tell you about my Lane Danielson encounter?
No.
Did I tell you about this on the show?
I like Lane Danielson.
I bumped into Lane this Wednesday night. He was down in Bondurant. I was with your wife. And boys, we were doing the trick or treat.
My wife was with you and Lane. No, yeah.
Well, my wife was there too.
Okay, good.
You were off working or something, but
I had a donor deal.
We were with the kids doing the downtown trick or bump into Lane Danielson, and we're talking about the games. And Lane, the voice of reason,
he's
one of the greatest of all time.
Yep.
Lane's like, you realize 2 of our losses are to teams that are combined 15-1. And I was like, wow, that's kind of a good point. I hadn't thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't really make me feel better, but it was also like decent. But the problem is Colorado sucks.
I know.
And I don't think, all right, my analysis on that Arizona State team real quick. That quarterback sucks, but he's an athlete. They're still pretty good up front on both sides.
Yeah, they were.
They're really good up front. That's not their problem,
man. Like that. I honestly, that was one of my takeaways too. I didn't think the first quarter because I was 3 rows up right next to their bench. It did not appear to me when it was cold and rainy and miserable that first quarter that team wanted to be there. Then Iowa State punches it in, and I thought the game wise when they came back and scored that first touchdown for them, I think it changed the tenor of that sideline. Like, okay, we might as well compete while we're here. And their offense and defensive line, C-Dub, were nasty. Like, they really were. And Dillingham is a crazy person on the sideline, by the way. I mean, he was yelling at everybody. But listen, that team won the Big 12 last year and had Texas on the ropes. They still have good players. The bothersome part is, and I understand it, giving up 230 rushing yards to Jeff Sims
to a one-dimensional offense
when you knew he was going to run it.
Yeah.
And
Although that was maddening when he was getting like 6 yards per carry at will.
It was like the death by 1,000 paper cuts there in the fourth quarter.
Well, but credit to the defense
they
for
got a
causing
couple
turnovers.
turnovers. I know.
Yeah.
That's just what's just like.
They finally did that, and then you can't do anything with it.
There are still some good things happening, but you get that turnover even late in the second quarter, and you don't do anything. It's just two steps forward, 3 steps back right now.
Having said all that, this is going to drive people crazy. I love Iowa State's spot this weekend. This is a Campbell special.
Well, they're not going to give up. I know that much.
It's a Campbell special this weekend, I'm telling you.
They are going to look forward to going on that road trip to Fort
I know,
Worth.
I guarantee they can't wait to get their asses out of here.
I have no doubt.
Okay. I've got a lot of fun stuff to talk about if you're going to be in Texas. Are you going? I know you were thinking about it. Are you going?
I'm a firm maybe right now.
Well, you should hop on my flight. I got a place for you to stay.
I talked to my guy Mike down there. Mike's got dinner set up for me if I want to come. It's just more of a timing perspective for me. I'll let you know.
So Friday night, I'm going to have with the Dallas-Fort Worth Cyclone Club. We are going to have a party where I'm going to be there to do a program and talk about my book. 50-50 on if physical books will be available at the event, but they are at the printer. We are being printed. And I will be sending out like a fresh pre-order link for everybody coming up in the next couple of days. But I will be there hosting this with the Dallas-Fort Worth Cyclone Club, who is one of the most engaged in the whole country, maybe the most engaged, I would say.
Yeah, they're elite.
So that event, if you're going to be down
Where's
there,
that?
or it is at the Social House in Fort Worth. It's starting at 4 o'clock on Friday. Again, that is called the Social House. 840 Curry Street in Fort Worth. It starts at 4 on Friday. The event probably will just be hanging out. I'm guessing I'll speak and stuff around like 5 or so, maybe a little bit after that. But that is what is coming up on Friday. I wanted to promote this. If you are a Cyclone fan going to the game and you would like to tailgate with other Cyclone fans,
Who wouldn't?
the Austin Cyclone Club is going to be hosting a massive tailgate. And these people are great, and they got screwed when Texas left the Big 12, but they're still...
They get like 1,500 people to come to some of those things.
I love the Austin folks. They're awesome. Yeah, I've had a really good time with those folks over the years. So I'll put this all together and put it on Cyclone Fanatic and on social media so you guys have it. But they're going to be at the lots starting at 11 o'clock on Saturday at Paschal, Paschal, P-A-S-C-H-A-L, Paschal High School in Fort Worth, which is on Forest Park Boulevard. And then they will have shuttles going to the stadium.
Awesome.
As well.
Yeah, because the parking situation there isn't the best, but that is that is really close to the stadium. It's a cool stadium, too. I highly recommend. It's actually one of my favorite road trips, C-Dub.
I've never been to a football game there. I've been to basketball.
They do a really, really nice job. My favorite part of it is downtown Fort Worth is awesome. Like it really is. It's like It's like this mix of the old Texas Western with contemporary times. Man, you could talk to me because I like the Shiner down.
Come on, you get on my flight.
Peer pressure works on me.
Bring your wife. My kids are going.
Well,
I'm taking everybody. Everybody's going.
Your kids are going?
Yeah.
You flying?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. When do I get my book?
Well, I'll give you one when I have them. I don't even have a book yet. Okay. Like I physically haven't seen it.
I'm actually really excited. You guys, I don't know if I've shared this. Chris let me write a chapter in there too. So.
I haven't really promoted anything from the book, but this is a good time to do it. Yeah. Inside the NIL with Brent Blum.
I talked through how the NIL world got founded at Iowa State and some of the key characters and some literally Will McDonald, I owe the world to that guy. And
Dude, that's the funniest part of the book when you wrote about Will McDonald at the food pantry.
At the food pantry.
And the lady had
I'm
no
not going to
idea
give it
who he
away,
was.
but literally, first day on the job was me cold calling food banks because we needed Will McDonald to do something for a nonprofit. And he did for 4 hours. It was great. And then real quick, I went with him. So me and the future, NFL All-Pro are handing out food and cleaning dishes at Food at First and Ames. And they liked Will way more than me because he could reach the top shelf for the put away the trays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very helpful.
Yeah, so thank you I had a blast writing that C-Dub because I had not written in a long, long time. I used to write, obviously, for Fanatic, and it was really cool. So very proud to be a part of it, and I know people are going to love it.
I appreciate
not that chapter, but the whole book.
Well, I appreciate you. Well, and it was funny because I had started to write that chapter like a year ago. And I'm like, well, this is stupid. Like what am I doing here? So yeah, I might even tease here this week, like the table of contents. So people can see.
I think you should. I think you should.
A little tease like that. It's I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out better than I thought it would. And it also made me just be like, oh man, I want to write volume 2.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that I left out that I just couldn't get it all in.
Well, I think
that's
it'll
the
be
problem.
It'll be helpful, actually almost a perfect time for this, because it really illustrates, based on the chapters I have read, C-Dub, how it's a roller coaster. Mm-hmm. And there's some real downtimes. And guess what, guys? We're in one right now. Mm-hmm. Like, this is hard. This has been a brutal 4-week stretch. One of the worst in a decade, quite candidly. This is comparable, maybe even worse because it's football, not basketball, to portions of that COVID year for men's basketball. Mm-hmm. But what that book proves, and just being old proves, is it's a cycle. You'll get out of it. Mm-hmm. The world isn't going to be done. This isn't going to be this way forever. And you got good people still up there doing their best, and I have no doubt that good times are still ahead. But I think your book really references of, man, it's, success isn't a straight line up. Like, there's going to be fits and starts, and we're, unfortunately, guys, it's why I always say celebrate when you're having a good time, because you don't know when the bad times are coming, and you better be prepared for it.
The other thing about the book, too, is I just want to make it incredibly clear. It's not a history book.
Yeah.
Like, it's not chronological. It's like a collection of stories.
Yep.
And commentaries.
But it does show how tenuous college athletics can be.
Oh,
good and bad. Like, you're on a razor's edge.
The Pollard chapter on the Big 12 missile crisis is staggering. Like, some of the stuff that he goes into with that. So anyways, that is coming up this weekend. I would love for you guys to join us. Other thing too, if you're making plans, if you are going to be in Las Vegas for the basketball tournament, I have used my sources in Sin City, and I have a bar reserved for Iowa State fans the Sunday night before the games.
What kind of bar are we talking? What kind
Sunday
of bar?
Night Football.
What we got?
It'll be at Bar Canada at the D.
Ooh, yeah.
Which is my favorite. That's my favorite spot in all of Las Vegas. My guy Mike Palm and everybody is going to hook us up. We're going to have a whole area at Bar Canada to just sit and just be Cyclones, and I'll be there with some books and signing them and all that stuff. But I'm going to go to the tournament just as a fan and watch those games. So I'm going to be there, and I thought, Cyclone fans love to get together and hang. So,
and who says no to Bar Canada at the D?
I love Bar Canada. My guy Clint, listener of the show, Southside Miguelito. He's Miguelito.
Yeah.
It's his favorite bar in the world.
Is it? Do they just show hockey all the time? I mean,
they do show a lot of hockey, but this will be during Sunday Night Football. I don't know what the game is that week, but we'll be getting primed for basketball. And there's that Fremont Street, that F1 festival they have.
Excuse me?
That's what it's called. Because everybody in Vegas hates the Formula One race because it shuts down the city.
Oh, because is that around the same time?
Yeah, so the Formula One race is the night before. And so Derek Stevens from Circa does a whole festival that whole weekend. I think Good Charlotte's playing right outside of the D that night. At the F, it'll be great. Like, if you're in Vegas, you want to come down there, it'll be a hell of a lot of fun. I hope a lot of people show up.
C-Dub, I've made the mistake of pulling up the cocktail menu at Bar Canada, and now I'm thirsty.
It's it's a great spot.
It's really good.
I love that area. That's where we watched the Utah game last year.
Oh,
don't you remember that? And I just went crazy. It showed up on social media of me and
yes.
Aiden
That's
Wyatt's
right.
brother Kale just losing our minds.
And I was there. But that's the frustrating part is everything went Iowa State's way last year in a lot of ways on some of those games, and it's just not.
Yeah,
it's just
a
not.
Good point.
I don't think these teams are that much different. I just don't. But that's
razor thin margins, man.
You're on the edge.
No. Shout out to our boys, Doctors Warmy and Greenwald. Again, I know that they would be comfortable with us using their time on the show to just thank everybody at Iowa State for the way they handled the Bramer situation yesterday. So much professionalism all the way around. I've never seen a cart get out to a player as quickly as that one did. So awesome job.
It gives me goosebumps because I know that is literally, that's their Super Bowl. When catastrophic things happen, you practice it, but you never want to do it. But when it happens, you better be ready to go. And again, based on everything I heard, Iowa State was just superstars in how they took care of that.
Well, Doctors Warmy and Greenwald with the McFarland Clinic are awesome friends of ours, and they've done a great job on the Cyclones.
I am grateful for those guys in so many ways. In that again, you don't know how much you need your medical staff until you really need them, and we got some of the best.
All right, let's quickly knock out today's Wiffles Hybrids Big 12 segment.
When you plant Wiffles Hybrids, you're making a statement that independence and family-owned means something on your farm. So make your choice. Plant your independence. Plant Wiffles.
Not very often that I can take a victory lap, and I think it's probably too early to do this with next week's Texas Tech and BYU game. But after Iowa State lost to Colorado, I put out a tweet that I think it's very clear that the best two teams in this league are Texas Tech and Utah. And man, like it's hard to the BYU Tech. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait. Win for the Big 12. BYU stays undefeated. Tech is your whatever. I don't care. I still think that, and this is insulting if you're a BYU fan because you just beat Utah.
Yep.
I guess my point is Utah has since, really flexing its muscles.
Yeah. Against
anyone who has thrown its way, and they manhandled Cincinnati. So I think we got a 3-team showdown right now. And next week, we're going to have one of the premier games the Big 12's had in a long, long time with BYU at Texas Tech.
It's brutal that Iowa State's not in the conversation. However, those three are making a statement, I think, in college football. And I would agree. I think you've got a better than 50% chance. As of today, you could get 2 in the playoff.
I completely agree.
Am I wrong on that?
No, I completely agree. And I completely agree that they... Like when you watch Utah, and the reason I set it up that way is because it was kind of a little controversial at the time because they had a loss. Mm-hmm. They're just good. Mm-hmm. Their lines are good. Their quarterback is good. They have elite coaching. They're physical. They have an elite home field. They're just a really good team that belongs in that conversation. And clearly BYU does. They're undefeated. Absolutely. I wasn't trying to slight them.
Yeah. And then Tech
and I think Tech, I don't know if they could win the national championship, but I think they could win games in the playoff. I think Utah and BYU could too. So this is really fun. Like I can't wait to watch that game next week.
Well, then just a reminder: Arizona State did beat Texas Tech. By the way, they did do that
with totally different setup with Tyson and Leavitt. But
I get it. But I know. But I'm just saying, like physically,
yes,
Arizona State still had some guys.
They were really good up front. They were physical.
Yeah. No, but I think branding wise too, still, whether we like it or not, BYU and Utah have a little bit more cachet than I'd say the average Big 12 school. So when they're good, I do think it helps the league. I do, from a national perspective, because Utah and BYU have been around long enough that they have a little extra legs. And obviously, Texas Tech, with its resources, has entered the chat as well from a national perspective. So, see to what I say that, I think those three, compared to maybe a Cincinnati or a Houston or somebody else there, would get the benefit of the doubt over a 3-loss ACC team or a 4-loss SEC team, one of those, because they do still have some cachet built up over their histories. And I think that's good for the Big 12, for this year at least.
Completely agree with you.
How That was impressive.
We're on the same page.
What Tech did and what Utah did yesterday, those were
a statement by Tech.
Yeah, that was November started, and we're here to win.
I mean, because Kansas State was playing about as well as anybody in the league at that point.
And they just snuffed them out in the second half.
Let me ask you this. Have you been more surprised by a Big 12 outcome than West Virginia Houston in a while?
Oh, my gosh. And
that was shocking to me.
The way they moved it up and down the field.
What in the hell happened to Houston?
I don't know. Well, what happened is they gave up 250 yards on the ground.
I know, but that's like so unlike them. That's the weird part.
That was crazy.
Kansas, Oklahoma State, and then Dion. God, I still can't believe Iowa State lost to that team.
Yeah, it's gonna look bad for a long time. He's not. He can't.
Is he going to be their coach?
He can't. Now, I don't see a way out. Now, I don't think it's going to be. They won't fire him because they can't afford to fire him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Will he quit?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's a good point. I mean, he's still going to make his $10 million next year.
But he can't go get another job.
He's not getting another job. You're right. I don't know. That's a bad situation.
Man, the whole
bad situation.
All the flash and all that stuff can only get you so far. It helps when you have Shadir and Travis Hunter.
Do you know what he's making? Have you looked this up?
No. What, $10 million?
He's making $10 million this year. It increases to $13 million in 3 years.
You know what? The only thing I'm happy about with this, and I'm not rooting for anybody's downfall, that mouthy Colorado athletic director.
Oh, yeah.
That guy was running his mouth during the Big 12 thing.
Yes.
That guy deserves every bit of this.
Yeah,
he's constantly running his mouth.
Yeah, at some point you got to win a game.
Well, they did.
They did.
You have to be able to laugh at yourself.
I just put that one right on the tee, and that was DeChambeau, man. Just launched it.
Just glad I was on my toes.
Can we do the pick'ems or the points?
Well, I want to give MoveWhatMatters.com.
Okay. Because I really
about our friends at the Hey, I'm on the road. I'm making a scholarship.
What?
I am going to make a scholarship.
Can I contribute to it?
Yeah. Well, main man Derek Hanna.
Yeah.
The old Capital City League is the guy I'm working with.
He's your
the ISU Foundation.
Yeah.
We're going to give it to a young sports writer.
There's some good ones up there.
Looking forward to that. It's going to be one of my challenges.
Paying it forward there, C-Dubs.
Looking forward to this, yeah. Can't wait to roll up my sleeves. Go to MoveWhatMatters.com. It's actually not that hard to make a scholarship in honor of one of your loved ones or anything like that. It's really cool.
And you can meet them.
Yeah, you can. Mm-hmm. You can meet.
That's my favorite thing to do when I worked at the foundation was the scholarship recipient meetings because it was very just a win-win. Made you proud to be an Iowa State person.
Damn right, I'm proud. Loyal.
Always.
Proud.
Always.
Forever true.
That's right.
That's us here on Williams and Blum. Oh, last but certainly not least, before we get into this, basketball season starts tomorrow. We haven't even talked about it.
It does.
Who are they playing? Fairleigh Dickinson?
Fairleigh Dickinson, yeah.
Is Fairleigh Dickinson was a person, right?
Fairleigh Dickinson was a person, yes. Yes, they're based in New Jersey. He was a colonel in, I believe, the 1700s, maybe? 1800s? Anyway, he's not here anymore. And they're fairly average, for what it's worth.
What does that mean?
They're 340 in Ken Palm. They're not any good.
Okay.
This is not. So this team did beat Purdue in the. They upset Purdue 3 years ago in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, and then the coach was the Iowa guy, right? Wasn't he from Iowa?
Was that them?
Or was that a
yeah, I think that was them. Anywho, they're not as good as that era for them.
What do you project the point spread to be?
Oh, I'm gonna say seat up 32.5 for that basketball game on Monday night.
Just so you know, I want a new sponsor. You know we love it when we have new partners. Preferred Pest Control.
Yeah.
These guys are great. So funny that I've had a couple of pest incidents the last couple of years, and I had just randomly called them. and they're big Iowa State fans. Remember I had those carpenter bees out on my addition in the back?
Yeah, I did. Those things
Oh
were
my
nasty.
God, these guys did great. Took good care of it. So this is fun. I love this promotion. We're going to do the pest of the game after every game. Who is the Cyclone pest of the game? I got a feeling Killian Torre is going to be a pest of the game a lot.
So you're saying on the good end, the good Iowa State pest.
Yeah. Who's being a pest to that other
Not
team?
like...
or I guess we could do the pest of the game on the other side.
Because there's going to be a lot of officials that will be highly nominated for that award.
Who's the guy from UNI?
Guy from UNI. Rick Hartzell?
Yeah, Hartzell.
He's no longer official.
Oh, he's out?
Higgins is gone. Tom Eads is gone. O'Neill's gone. Tom O'Neill's gone. Like we've
gone through it.
The whole Niang era of officials, man. We got to know those guys
Who's
personally.
the guy that wears the really high britches? You know what
Jeff
I'm talking?
Anderson?
Kelly.
Kelly Self.
He wears the really high britches.
Yeah. Kelly Self. I wonder who we'll see. We might see Doug Sermons tomorrow. Showtime Sermons. If
7
he's there,
p.m. tip.
if Doug Sermons is there, tell your significant other to wait 20 more minutes past your expected arrival back at home because there's going to be a lot of fouls, especially early.
Other situation is women play at 11.
Yeah.
So if you are like a normal person and at work, you can flip on ESPN Plus and watch the women's game or listen to it. That's fun. I like that they do that. It gets the season going well.
Yeah, who do they play again?
I don't know.
They're going to win by 11.
I'm going to turn the page to basketball right when we get done with this podcast.
Yeah, I think they play St. Thomas out of
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Seen them. That's a St. Paul, right?
I believe it is.
Because when we were up at that Lainey Wilson concert, I saw a bunch of St. Thomas stuff, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yes, you are right. It is St. Paul.
All right, trywebwise.com. They present Guess the Point Spreads. Trywebwise.com. If you go to fanaticbook.com, that's my book website that they did for me. They do a really good job. All right, hold on. I got to get my Action Network pulled up here so Blum can guess the points. We just had a lot to get to tonight.
We did. You did put out the Iowa State points spread. We never guessed that one, but you want to share?
Yeah, so it started off at 6, and it is now at 6.5. So early money on TCU there.
All right.
I'd wait for that to get north of a touchdown before
it's
you.
probably going to keep going up potentially. I don't know.
Houston at Mid-Florida. Now, this will be Friday night at 7.
Oh, man, they'll have this on at what place are you going to be in Fort Worth?
The Social House.
The Social House. Ooh, boy. Ooh. I'm going to say Houston 4.
I'm sorry, at 1.5. That's a miss.
Come on, Willie.
Colorado at West Virginia. What a dog game this is.
I'm glad the people at Milan Pushkar Stadium can drink beer for this one.
Kid, they've had a hard go lately.
It's been rough, yeah. No kidding. Oh, boy. Well, they just won, so there'll probably be a little... That Mountaineer's going to have a little extra juice in his step. I'm going to say West Virginia 6.
Well done, 6.5.
Yeah.
BYU at Texas Tech.
Ooh. This will tell us what people
Notably,
think of BYU.
number 8 versus number 9.
Yeah, this will tell me a lot. I have not seen this on this. I'm going to say Tech at 10.
Very well done. 10.5.
That tells me that Vegas does not quite believe in BYU.
I know, and I think that I probably would have put Tech closer to a touchdown just in my head without looking at any data. So that was really well done on your behalf.
Thank you. Oh, appreciate that. Compliments. I like them.
Kansas at Arizona.
Arizona is kind of on a roll now. That win's looking better for Iowa State, by the way.
Feels a little hollow right now.
Doesn't it? No, okay. All right, guys, I'm searching. Okay.
But thanks. Appreciate it.
Arizona 8.
That's a win. That's 6.
Okay.
Believe it or not, that's the only Big 12 game. So we have a light Big 12 schedule. We'll go to Friday night.
Win is, but turn the page. 2:30 kick, Iowa State. Is that right? Okay.
Yep. Tulane is at Memphis. The Green Wave just lost to UTSA, so
Did the Roadrunners get them?
Roadrunners dominated them, won by like 20.
And they're at Memphis?
Yep.
Memphis 11.
6.5. That's a miss.
That's a miss. I think I'm 0 for Tulane right now.
Well, it's weird because they used to be like really good, and now we don't really know how good they are.
I don't know what they are.
It's really unfair, but you have to pick the games every week.
Yeah, absolutely. I respect the game.
Thursday night, I missed this one earlier. UTSA, who just beat Tulane at South Florida and fighting Golishes.
2 Roadrunner games in a row. This is great. USF 8.
13.5.
Oh my gosh. I'm disappointing the Barnes Farms with this effort so far.
Do you want to guess Oregon at Iowa?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna put that right at Oregon. Give me 6.5 there.
6. Well done.
Okay. What time's that game?
At what point will Iowa fans admit that Penn State's not any good? Indiana at Penn State. Guess the point spread.
Oh boy.
I've been saying this to Hassel. Like, do they have to get to like 0-7 before you guys think that they suck? Or
16.
That's a hit. 14.
Yeah, I mean, jeez.
Honestly,
what a season for
I
them.
have 3 cousins that went to first cousins who went to Penn State, and you think we have it rough right now?
What? And then,
Ugh.
how about
They are miserable.
Well, I in Nebraska signs Rule to an extension
Oh, that's going on my Scorched Earth CW pod.
for unbelievable amount, and then, as karma has it, for our friends over in Lincoln, they lose, so they still haven't been a ranked team under Rule, and Raiola gets hurt. Man, what a sport we're in.
Here's a fun one. Former Big 12 teams. Texas A&M at Missouri.
Ooh. I'm gonna go A&M at 3.
That's a hit. You're within 3. Non-conference game. 6.
6? Okay. Who's the best team in college football right now?
I mean, I think it's Ohio State or Indiana.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to argue when Indiana beats every team they play by 40.
I understand.
I still think Oregon is really good, but they were just de-pantsed by Indiana. So I want to see how they bounce back after that and then the bye.
That's actually a very interesting game for them in Iowa City.
Yeah. I mean, Iowa's got a ton of confidence, you know,
Right.
and they're coming off a bye. And
Indiana did humiliate them physically.
so maybe they're not as good as well, and honestly, they barely beat Penn State, but that's when Penn State was trying.
Correct. I think
It's kind of hard to argue that Alabama and like Oklahoma aren't right there too. Like when Oklahoma has Mateer and like
and
Texas too, like they're like the way Texas is playing right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, boy,
They just killed Vandy.
Who's good and then Georgia Tech with a complete collapse.
Yeah, they are not very good.
I don't know what to think anymore.
I think Ohio State, until they lose,
Are the team?
well, I mean, just
I'm fine with that.
here's the thing. The great thing about college football now is like there's so much parity, right? Mm-hmm. We're done guessing the point spreads.
Is that okay? We're done. Okay.
Like, but there's also a huge difference between like the 5 best teams. And I just think that Ohio State's roster might just be so good.
So much better defensively for sure. I mean, look at their numbers defensively. It's stupid in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally have an NFL defense right now.
That's the thing. You watch some of these games, and it looks like an NFL team is playing the college team in some of these matchups. Now, having said that, there's a lot more teams that are capable of like getting into the playoff, but like how many of them can actually win the playoff?
Yeah, I mean, and you look at Ohio State's schedule too. It's, I mean, shoot, they're going to waltz into the number 1 seed at this point.
All right, buddy. Well,
hey,
we'll see you in Hilton this week. All right?
We'll keep on. Appreciate everybody. Didn't see a lot of you because the weather wasn't great, but you know what? Appreciate everyone's kindness, and we'll keep on plugging away.
We're just going to keep on trucking.
I will be in Hilton tomorrow. I hope to see everybody there.
I'll be there. You think I'm going to miss a season opener? You're dead wrong.
Hold on. One of my favorite games. What is Fairleigh Dickinson's nickname?
Well, if they're Revolutionary War times, the Musketeers.
Good guess. The Knights.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, it was my war. I was on the right path.
I don't think Iowa State's ever played Fairleigh Dickinson, but again, it'll be a fairly good game. No, it won't.
Get the hell out of here with that. He's Brent Blum. I'm Chris Williams. We're presented by Mechdyne in the Northwest Bank Studios. Back on Wednesday morning at 9 here on Cyclone Fanatic.